here, and you're getting 20 pieces in total. Now, Fleur, if I was going to be creating something with 925 for my chainmail pieces, what kind of price point would I need to put these at? Because obviously it's massively different to, say, your copper plated.
Yeah, if say with those ones you used 10 in each earring, with a 925 shepherd hook, I'd be looking at £35–40 for 925 chainmail earrings. So
I'd be able to make a pair of chainmail earrings with the 925 shepherd's hook, and I'd be looking at around...
if I put a gemstone on the end, £40. If it was just like a Mobius ring like we do with the 3 rings each, then about £35.
Well, I could tell you that. So we're looking at nowhere near that for the pair of earrings that we're looking at. So you're saying 10 of these per earring, so 20 in total for a whole pair. You're saying sell them at around £35, when actually you can buy that amount for just £4.95 for you today. I genuinely have no idea how we've managed, honestly, to get under that £6.95 price point. You know we're not allowed to do that. That's why I've got multi-buyers left, right and centre. I've got quadruples, I've got triples, I've got doubles. In fact, I've got more multi-buyers than I have single buyers. In fact, I've got any single buyers. I think I've got 1 or 2. There are so many of you coming in for this. This is genuine 925. If you're not 100% sure what we mean by the term 925, what we're talking about is percentage of the genuine silver within this. So it's 92.5% real silver and 7.5% ore. The only reason we add the ore is to give it a little bit of strength, and that means that when you're creating beautiful chainmail pieces like this, you've got that luxury of the silver, but you've also got the strength in there as well, which is really important with chainmail, isn't it, Fleur?
It is. I've tried to chainmail with 999 silver, which is the fine silver, and you have to be really careful not to pull them out of shape. It's quite easy if you put a ring in the wrong place and then you want to take it out, and then do it. With 925 you can take the ring out again, put it back in the same place or in a different place, and you're not going to mark them, you're not going to pull them out of shape. They're beautiful.
So when you're doing, there's loads and loads of you on the phone lines, loads and loads of people with it in their baskets. What I'll say is, do not forget that we have got a chainmail show today. So I have got other beautiful jump rings coming up. What I can say though is, don't be expecting this price for all of them. Obviously, you know that this is a very, very special deal. This is a very special price point. That is so exceptional. And that's why so many of you are coming in. What I will say is my stock is going down fast as a ferret. Ferrets are really fast. They're going really fast. I've already got over 100 of these gone, which means that seriously you've got to be quick for this. Can I ask, because I know I ask guest designers who maybe do things like the wire work, etc., but I don't think I've really asked this about chainmail before. Do people ask for 925 chainmail now and again? Because I know they do a lot with wire. People will ask if they can have a piece in 925. With those rings, if you say you bought 3 packs of them, that's 60 rings. Do you know the rocks and chains bracelets that I make with a little bit of chainmail and then macrame or chain underneath? I mean, you could make that with that, and that's got to be an expensive bracelet. How much would we be selling something like that for? Because obviously we'd be buying them for say £15 at this price point. I'd be looking at £45–50. Really? Yeah, just because the work that goes into it as well, because it's not like you just threaded beads onto even though the beads warrant the gemstones warrant the price, but with this you've actually sat down and woven each ring into place. Absolutely, absolutely agree with that. Lovely ladies and gentlemen, please do be quick for me. You know that £4.95 is not a price point that you can expect to see often at all. We're generally only allowed to do that for DVDs, but somehow producer Danny has managed to wangle this one, and that's all I can say. Hey, speaking of wangling, I've no idea what this has got to do with wangling, but I've said wangling 3 times now, so I better tie it in. Glue. I've got some glue coming up for you in a little bit, and it is one of the glues that I know you lot have all been waiting for. And let's just say that price point is going to be pretty shocking as well. So shocking, in fact, I can't actually put it on the graphics. We won't be allowed to. So everybody, congratulations for getting your hands on that. Not many of those left at all. Please check out your baskets, and congratulations, £4.95 for genuine 925. Can't get much fairer, can you? Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm about to bring you the #1 organic for this year.
what I need to let you know is these are huge, beautiful, delicate in colour, but I'm already in my last chance saloon on this, which means 30 or less. So I'm going to show them to you. The graphics are going to come in and you are going to get yourself on phone as quick as you can, because these are going to fly out. Wow. How stunning are these? They are delicate, they are so feminine in tone, and the size of them, these are luxury sized pearls. These are 10 by 9 mil that we have on here. The thing about a luxury sized pearl is that you have to imagine, you have to take into account that these have taken years and years and years to be created by Mother Nature. We're looking at around 10 years for every single one of these strands every single one of these pearls, sorry, to be created. Now, I've got to let you know that already I've got people getting this. I've only got 27 available to me right here, right now. At that size, you know that this price point is astonishing. That's why so many people are getting it. Luxury size pearls, genuine Baroque style, for just £9.95 to get your hands on the #1 organic of the year. It truly, truly is. It was close. Abalone was kind of beating it for a little bit, and then we had amber really taking over. But pearls have been there month in, month out. People buying it constantly. It's because we know that this is the piece of the year. We know that these beautiful pearlescent tones are continuing through in fashion. We know that we've seen all of the New York and the Milan and the Paris fashion shows for next year, for spring, summer, and we've seen all the models absolutely strewn in this organic. We know that this is a trend that's about to be sticking around for at least another 6 months. I've got 13 left, which is unlucky for some. I've got over half of my stock gone now. Look at all of you people getting it. One thing I do want to say is, all of those names on there, it doesn't actually tell you how many people are buying. So we've got a couple of the people on there who are getting not just 1 strand, but 2 strands at £9.95. This is a stunning little purchase for you. And do not forget, with this beautiful colour palette, this is going to be one that is multi-seasonal for any age. It's timeless, really, this gentle pink, isn't it, Fleur?
It's beautiful pink, and you couldn't fail to make classy jewellery. And if you had those sterling silver jump rings, just to put one in between each pearl, just to give a glint of silver as well. Maybe. That would be stunning.
That would be special, wouldn't it? Listen, ladies and gents, I've only got 7 of these left, and I've still got plenty of them in baskets. These are your baby pink cultured pearls. They are the luxury size. We're talking big size in here, 10 by 9 mil. It's taken a long time for these to build up. And Pete, you know what I'm about to ask you, don't you? Oh, go on, brother Pete.
What?
So, 10 years ago, when these started formation, what were you doing 10 years ago, Pete?
What was I doing? What do you want me to say? I was milling about?
No, I don't know. What were you doing?
I was milling.
You was milling about.
Yeah.
What were you doing 10 years ago when these started formation, Fleur?
I had a 1-year-old little girl that was racing around after. She was a lunatic.
Oh, bless. 10 years ago, if you think about that in time scale, it's a really phenomenal long amount of time, isn't it? And that's how long these have taken. If you lot check out, I will have 2 available to me, £9.95. Congratulations to absolutely everybody. Oh, I've got a triple deal now, have I? Wow. How have you managed to get 3 strands that are the same? Because I know, is it another bit of wangling? Another bit of wangling. Because I know for a fact that we have been, let's just say, nudged to stop doing so many strands of exactly the same type, due to the fact that obviously you end up getting through your stock so much quicker. But we have had lots of people requesting that we continue to do this on Facebook and messages and etc., because they like the opportunity to be able to have so many of one type of gemstone in stock. Because sometimes, if you think about it, when you're making a piece and you want to, say, design yourself a suite of jewellery, so you want to do your necklace, your bracelet, maybe a nice little clustering, maybe even a headpiece to go with it, you're gonna want that symmetry of the same gem running throughout, aren't you? And that can be a little bit tricky to do sometimes with singular strands, because you have to buy, you know, in numerous quantities. You can't just get yourself one, you have to get quite a few, which can of course top up the price if we're going on single strand prices. But today we've brought you the same strand 3 times over, and because it is a triple, that means that we are going to be able to drop the price on this. You have got 3 strands here, and they are 35 carats worth of your rainbow moonstone, and these are your 4mm rounds. Now, I'm just looking at my description. It's saying you're getting around 31 centimetres worth. Now, of course, it is done on carat weight, isn't it? So you have got plenty to work with here. Now, Fleur, I know that people have gone Coco Loco over the 4mm recently. Yeah. Why do you think that is?
They are really versatile. You can do a beady bead and make a bigger bead with them. You can use them as spacers, you can use them as delicate beads, and to have 3 strands of the same one is really beneficial, because you can guarantee you'll make yourself a necklace and somebody will go, can I have one of those? And this way you don't have to sell your necklace, you can make another one with the other 2 strands that you've got. You can make 3 necklaces or 3 sweets.
That is wonderful, isn't it, if you think of it that way. Now, ladies and gents, I've already talked to you about the single price of the strands. $6.95 is the lowest we can go to, but this is part of a triple trouble deal, so we're about to make it unmissable. Your price today is just, it's dropping down already. Should have been near to £12, but not today. All 3 strands for just £7.95. I love when your guest designer looks across at you and kind of shakes their head like, well, no. Oh, what do you think of £2.65 per strand of genuine moonstone?
I think you were having a joke. If you told me that they were that price for each one, that is amazing price.
That is astonishing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, actually, did you get the kind of penultimate product, I think it was, from the morning show? There was those beautiful drops of your rainbow moonstone. How great would this go with those highly faceted drops that we had on? Almost half my stock has gone. We knew it would be popular, of course, at that price point. And it is, of course, your Indian rainbow moonstone as well, which, as we know, when it comes to moonstone, is one of the pinnacle locations to get this type of moonstone from, because you have that impact of the shiller, you have those blues, you have those rainbow like almost celestial colours bursting through this just under the surface. Now at £7.95, you know that essentially that is a buy 1 strand, get a strand for £1 and another one for free, really, isn't it, at the low base rate we normally go to. You can see how quickly that is going. Producer Danny says we're breaking rules today. We're going for it.
That's 3 tiaras.
Yeah.
If you were doing a wedding, you know, if you were doing a bride and like some flower girls or bridesmaids, that's all their headpieces done with 3 strands for £7.95.
Have we sold out of that, Danny boy? They have gone. I'm so sorry. Honestly, I've got so many deals coming up for you today. Yep, I've got saws coming up for you. I've got that half round wire coming up for you as well. I've got some stunning bundles coming up, and I've got something very, very special. It's one of our new brass gemstone chains. Now, I point out that this is brass because it's quite an important thing to point out. A lot of the time we will be bringing you plated copper, won't we, quite a lot of the time. Brass is different obviously in its formation, and the weight of brass is quite a bit different as well. You've got a little bit more weight, a little bit more strength in some ways with your brass than with your copper. Now the lovely thing about that is it does give you that kind of luxury weighty feel. I know we talk about this quite a lot on Designer Inspiration, about how sometimes a quite weighty piece can feel inherently more high priced to you, which is why some guest designers such as Debbie Bulford, for example, with her polymer clay, will sometimes bake weights inside the polymer clay just to kind of, in your mind, it will make you feel like it's more precious. That's one thing that brass can do for you. It does have that beautiful weight to it. You've got 1 mil is the thickness of this wire running through here. So if you wish, of course, you could actually snip off the wire and strand these into your own piece, because the drill hole on these is quite exceptional, especially for the fact that these are 6 mil. You've got around 151 carats worth here, and that is a meter's worth of your red jasper. What do you think of these chains?
I think these chains are so versatile because they're not a wrap loop, they're just an open loop, so you can just open a section off, take a section away, and you've not lost a bead or a piece of the chain. I mean, the ones that we have, the sterling silver ones that are wrapped, sometimes you'll lose a little bit of the silver, but with these you don't lose anything.
No.
And that colour, I've never seen that colour before in these chains. It's just like holly berries.
It's really hollyberry, isn't it? What kind of pieces would we create with this? Because for me, it almost looks like a ready-made piece, and if I wanted to just add a clasp, then I could. But what if I wanted to take this to another level? What could I do with it?
I'd love to make a tassel out of those. Just like lots of different lengths, and just have it either on a plain piece of cord, a Viking weave, or just a chain, and just tassel them all off the bottom. You could make a really nice dropper on a backless dress as well. So to have a feature of the back of it, so on your dress, put the dropper at the back, so it gives that beautiful elegance to the back of your dress if you've got, you know, like an evening gown to wear or something like that. I think that, yeah, they're so versatile, because like you said, you can take the wire out and use the beads if you don't want to use it as a beaded chain. Absolutely, and because it has got that sizable drill hole, to get a 1 mil through here is pretty intense, isn't it, realistically? And of course we have got the jasper itself. Now jasper, so much myth and lore and history behind it, with all the different types and all the different varieties. One of my favourite kind of myth and legends about jasper is the fact that it used to be believed that if you were to go into a gentle hypnotic state while staring at this gemstone, it would really put very clear pictures in your mind of past events and bring on dreams and memories. And I could sort of understand why that might be a case, because there is banding this, which is completely different on every single one. There's speckles, there's mottles. In some of them, there's almost kind of a picture depicted with kind of the different levels and the different tones running through. So I can understand why people might think that. I've got these beautiful inclusions, these beautiful areas, going from your deepest, darkest jet all the way through to these kind of burnt umbers and honey ambers running just internally within this gem. It's such a beautiful gem, and we've paired it with this wonderful, usable and very versatile chain. Your price point today, I think you'll love. £7.95. Now, a lot of you might not have been expecting that, and that's probably due to the fact that you know the price of our gemstone chains that we've been doing recently. Yes, they are different to this. Of course, we're dealing with smaller gemstones, we're dealing with 925, but as gemstone chains go, this is by far the lowest price point that we can possibly go to, and the lowest price point that you'd be used to, I'm sure. Multi-buyers on this. Hello to everybody, lots of you all over getting this. Oh, hello Cheshire, all right love. Cardiff, West Midlands, loads and loads of you getting your hands on this today. Oh, chains did you say? Yes I have, yeah. Got some chains coming up in a bit as well. Do you want a little showy? A little fun? Have a look. If you like the red, then I've got different gemstone. Is this your quartzite? Yeah. I've got your quartzite coming up in different colour palettes. Are these coming together? Black and blue. These are coming up for you, what do we say? Before 3 o'clock. So these two strands are coming up for you before 3 o'clock, and they're coming together, which makes me think a bundle price. Surely not. £7.95 for this one. Your names are going off my screen. What if you got all 3 of them? I was just about to say, if you did all 3,
yeah, go on.
You could do a tiered necklace with the 3 of them, because all those colours would go lovely together.
Oh, do you mean kind of like a graduated length?
Yeah. So you could have you could either have the black and the red together for Christmas, and then the blue and the red for sort of like a nautical type of a necklace in the summer. And because they are those links, you can interchange them, can't you? Because all you have to do is just undo one of the loops.
Absolutely, that's a really good idea. Going through the different colours.
Yeah.
I like that idea a lot. Congratulations everyone who got your hands on that. I'm sure you weren't expecting it. £7.95 for you today. Now we are joined by lovely Fleur up until 5. Now Fleur's fab for so many reasons. Not only is she an amazing teacher, and can I tell people what you told me before?
Yeah.
Can I please?
Yeah.
She rehearses. I love this. She rehearses at home and makes her husband make along. I adore that. So she has been practicing and she's been getting prepped, but she is a great teacher. So if you have any questions for her, we may well have a little bit of time at the end of 1 or 2 of the demos to run through or talk you through some pieces that maybe you've been struggling with or you need an extra helping hand with. So do feel free to text us in. 60777 is your text number. Start your text with the word JM Studio, and at the bottom of your screen you'll be able to see the Jewellery Maker website address if you want to go on that as well. You can message in on there. It's jewellerymaker.com it is. So it's challenge Fleur. Reminds me where, oh, I can see them. Now, this is a bit of an unusual challenge, isn't it, Fleur? Because she's going to be getting 4 strands in this. How did you feel when you saw this challenge earlier on?
I just love them. I love the colours together. So yeah, there's going to be a bit of mixing up going on in the colours. I'm going to mix the 2 colours together. But the fact that you get 2 strands of each colour is what I loved, because I can make that bigger piece that I want to make.
That is such a beautiful combo.
They go through all seasons as well, don't they? You could have that as a, you know, a bit of a disco-y type of play, you know, one that if you really funked it up a little bit, and then you've got the nice springy colours as well, just to have a nice simple piece. Love them.
It is a wonderful challenge, it really, really is. You're getting 2 sets of your greenish yellow pyrite. Wow. That's a catchy colour name, isn't it? Greenish yellow coloured pyrite, 65 carats worth on those. And you've got your pink colour as well on those ones, 70 carats worth. These are from around 3x2 to 5x2. What would I rename it? Yellowish green? No. Springtime meadow pyrite, I would call it. What would you call it?
I think they look like, it looks a bit like the chartreusey green of the wires. I know it's
yeah.
a little bit more, that's a bit more greener, but yeah, it has got that goldy green.
It does a bit, doesn't it? I completely agree with that. So the sizes on both are the same. Let me show you the graduation. We're working from around 3x2 all the way to a 5x2. So pretty delicate throughout the strand, which is great because it means the graduation itself is quite subtle. But obviously if you wanted to interchange these, then you could make that quite a statement graduation, if that would make sense. Let me show you. Should be for all 4 strands £15.80, which actually for 4 strands is really, really good. But this is designer inspiration. This is one of Fleur's challenge, and I'll be honest with you, my quantity is so low that we're about to take it to a clearance price, clearance offer. I've got more clearance coming up later. £11.95 for 4 strands. That's £3 a strand. What do you think of that? Shaking your head.
Again, if I was at home, I'd be buying those because the weight of them is beautiful. Because they're the pyrite underneath. They're really lovely weight to them. You feel the quality in them, and the coating is second to none. I love the colours. They're just my colours.
So what ideas have we got so far flitting around in your mind, Fleur?
I'm going to do a bracelet, and I'm going to put 3 strands together and plait the strands so that it all, but not mix the colours. So I'm going to have 2 green and 1 pink. So just as it is on your hand there, and then just plait them over, just so you can get that look of pink going through as well.
That's a lovely idea, and something quite simple to do as well.
Yeah, and then just add it onto the chain, because I only want to use a little bit, because I'd like to make a necklace as well with a part of it. Try and make a suite out of all 4 if I've got time. But I am notoriously rubbish at challenges because I never have enough time.
You always say this, but your challenges are always fab, always, always. What kind of metals would we be looking at using with this? Because they are quite unusual colours.
I'd like to use rose gold with this. But again, silver or yellow gold, it's going to bring out... Rose gold would be my preferred choice, if like copper or rose gold. And then the sterling silver, silver after, a silver plated after that.
It's really going to make it pop, that, isn't it? It's going to really bring out the life of these gemstones. Congratulations to everyone who's getting these. What I will say is, at that price point, I'm not surprised so many of you getting it. I'm already getting pretty low in stock. Generally, for a challenge, you know what it's like. We try and get kind of 100 or so, don't we? We're nowhere near it on this one, especially now that all you lot have got it. So, if you do want to treat yourself to £3 a strand, beautiful high shine with that gorgeous submetallic luster that is just so eye-catching. And one thing thing to point out about these is they're not technically faceted, are they? They have got this mottled-like design. You know, we do those spaces sometimes which have the, it's kind of diamond drilled, we call them, don't we? Do we call them that? No, I've just made that up. We call them diamond something. What's it called? Diamond? Basically what happens is we get the spacers and we add texture using a diamond. It's got that kind of effect to it. Can you see it's kind of mottled in effect, which means that it really kind of disrupts the way the light bounces on the surface. The light isn't doming around in one fell swoop, is it? It's kind of interrupted. It gives you a beautiful, beautiful effect. £11.95 is your double trouble. WCGC25 is your code. Congratulations, everyone. And don't forget about 4:45 for to have a little look at what lovely Fleur has created. Now we are going to head over to Fleur. This is our designer inspiration. This is the time that I say to you, I cannot encourage you enough to get on the phone lines, because this kit we already know is going to be loopy popular for a number of reasons. Number one, I've got wire in this. Number two, the gemstones themselves are spectacular. Number three, we have got square wire jump rings in this. And number four, the price drop we're going to do is larger than our average price drop. We say our average price drop is around £14–15 at the moment is our average price drop. We are going to beat that today. Not only that, but I've already got less than 100. How many have I got of this, Danny boy? 84. Well, that should technically be 82 because Fleur's already got her eyes on 2 of these. If he gets there in time. You better do. Do get yourself on the phone right now, because honestly, this is going to fly. Let's start with the jump rings, shall we? 0800 644 655. Not the time to miss out. So we have got for you your black square jump rings. Now when we're talking about the square jump rings, what we mean is the wire itself is square. So you have the flat bases on this. So it's not domed like your average jump ring, it is flattened on each of the sides. You have got 100 in each of these packs and they're all square. The jump rings I have in front of me are 13.2 mil, so a decent size on these ones. That means that your internal diameter is around 10 mil. You've also got here your slightly smaller, we're looking at around an outer diameter of 7.4, which means that these are 5 mil internally. And then lastly, but by no means leastly, you've got the medium size, which is an outer diameter of 11.5, which means your internal diameter is 8.3. And don't forget, quite a lot of the time when we're talking about chainmail and when we're talking about the size of jump rings, it is really important to take note of the internal diameter quite a lot of the time. That's the main one we're focusing on. So you've got a lovely variety here. So 3 packs, 300 in total. You've then got your wire. Now we all know that this is something you have all been really wishing for, and I know we've had so many messages in. We did give you a heads up on this. We did tell you that our wire was becoming ridiculously low in stock, and boy oh boy hasn't it just. We haven't actually been allowed to put any in any of our shows unless it's been in the kits, and I've got to say I'm really happy that we've got these 2 in this kit, because they're 2 of the most popular gauges in one of your most popular colours as well. In fact, gold won on the hub the other day, didn't it, for your most popular wire colour. We've got your 0.8 and you've got your 0.4. So we have got 2 wires here which really are your go-to wires. They are so limited, I cannot even tell you. In fact, this is one of the things that's bringing down the quantity that we have. That's why we've only got 84 of these, and that number's gone down to the 70s now. I've also got some beautiful satin cord for you here. I don't think we pay that much attention to satin cord, to be honest, but realistically, the satin cord we have here genuinely is astonishing. My background's kind of in the paper craft region, and I have had lots and lots of satin cord from lots of different places over time, and I found some relatively recently. And the colour and the sheen has all faded from it. Ours doesn't do that. It keeps that beautiful high lux effect, and that's especially special when you've got the gold and the black colour. 1 mil we're working with on each of these, and you've got 10 metres on each of the 2 reels. Now, let's get onto the gemstone, shall we? I completely adore these. Hey, these would go really nice with that challenge actually, wouldn't they? These are described as your golden pyrite plain drops that we have here. They've got kind of a domed base and then a bit of a flattened top though, haven't they really? They're a little bit unusual, these, in shape. All the way up to a 12 by 7, you've got 100 carats worth. The beautiful colouring of this not only will go really nicely with the ones I had on before, but actually go really nicely with that wire, don't they? It's almost a match. Speaking of almost a match, I've got another strand that's very similar, a little bit more delicate in size on those ones though. You have got these beautiful, look at them. Golden coated rice beads. So these are your black agate internally, and then we've got a real gentle coating over the top of these, and that means that you get this wonderful high shine luxe effect. But then actually when you look internally within these, you can still see that deep sheen of the black agate underneath. It's a beautiful effect, and these are your rice beads of this size. It's rare that we have them, isn't it? We have got approximately, what's the size on these ones? About 6 by 4 mil. So they are beautifully delicate, but one thing I want to show you, if you may, is, look at the drill holes on those. Even though these are really, really gentle and delicate, 6 by 4, the drill hole on these is exceptional, isn't it? That means it's going to stop you faffing about with not being able to find it. It's going to really save you quite a lot of time. It truly, truly is. So you've got those beautiful rice beads, about 20 carats worth on there. You've then got big bowls. They are amazing, says Danny. Worst impression of Danny in the world. That they are amazing. Why'd you go so brummy then? These are around 14 mil. What do you like about these, Danny, then? So sizable. I can just see them. Be worn on New Year's Eve. Yeah, I can see that. I could see that. Where could you see this strand being worn?
As I just dropped my necklace.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, definitely New Year's Eve. Bit of evening glamour.
Evening glamour.
Yeah, definitely.
I love that idea.
Glamour.
Especially with kind of the lustre of these. It's so intense. And I do think it goes really, really well with the gold as well. Massive, massive carat weight, almost 500 carats worth. We're looking around 480 carats worth on that. And then I think this is a gemstone strand, which, to be honest, Fleur, you were kind of in love with, weren't you, this final one? What was it that caught your eye about this one?
I had quite a few on my strand that had internal druzy in them.
Yeah.
And they just sparkled. And I just loved the banding and the colour on them. I mean, I have only used one in the kit, just to prove that each individual one is a focal piece. So you could, I mean, the necklace that I've done, you could do that, however many are on there, and they'd sell all the time, or be beautiful gifts.
Because they really have, every single one is completely unique and different. Look at the banding on some of these. You've got areas of clarity in here too. You've got some that are completely opaque, some with kind of this, like you say, internal druzy effect. You've got banding on this with different levels of clarity to them. These are exceptional. On this strand alone, I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So you'll be getting approximately the same. The sizes on these, because let's face it, they most certainly can hold their own as a statement piece. We're looking at 42 by 20 mil on those ones. So pretty sizable, pretty statement. Now, lovely ladies and gentlemen, congratulations everyone who's already got your hands on it, because genuinely my stock is so low on this. It really, really is. Now, lovely ladies and gents, let me reiterate for you exactamondo what we're getting, shall I? 300 of your jump rings. Let's remind you of the sizes. You have got the largest ones being an outer diameter of 13.2. You've got your smaller size ones, your outer diameter of 7.4, and then you've got your mid-size ones, outer diameter of 11 by 5. So 300 of these jump rings in your 3 different sizes. And please don't forget for me, these are the square wire jump rings, which I know you all absolutely adore. I've then got a gorgeous statement strand for you with that wonderful, wonderful striped agate and quartz. You've got your 14mm agate, you've got your rice beads in your rice beads in the golden coated agate, and then you have your pyrite as well. I've got 20 meters worth of this wire in 2 very usable sizes, 0.8 and your 0.4, and do not forget 20 meters worth of that satin cord. All of that today should come to. Now already, I genuinely think that price point is astonishing. Don't forget for me, that will take into account any price drops we might have done. I've already told you that we are going to beat our Designer Inspiration price drop average. That's why so many people of you have already got it. That's why your names have already gone off my screen. No one's going to be expecting this. Could I go under £35? £29.95 for you today. Congratulations, multi-buyers, not a shock at all. Fleur is staring at the screen so intensely because she's trying to find her husband's name on there. Am I right?
It'll be anonymous.
Will it?
Yeah.
Will he be an anonymous?
He will be an anonymous, and I don't know if he's going to phone
anonymous,
or whether he's...
Anonymous from what location?
I don't know if it's Warwickshire or West Midlands it comes up as. I'm trying to look.
Oh, he's not there. I can't see him. I can see a few anonymous. He's going to be an anonymous. If he's not there... You look fuming. He will be there. He will be. What's my quantity on this at the moment, Danny boy? I've probably got about 50 left, which is not that much at all. Remind me what the price drop on this is exactly, please. £19 and about 65 pence off. Our average, we tend to say recently, has been between £14 and £15 off as an average. Sometimes it's less, sometimes a little bit more, but it weighs out generally to be around the £14. Yeah. So you're getting almost £20 off this today. What do you think of that price?
I think for the price, for the versatility of this kit, because I know I've done chainmail, but without the chainmail rings in there, with a wire, you could wire wrap those pendants, you could macrame with the cord and the larger rounds. This kit's just got something for everybody, and the colours are divine, absolutely divine.
It's stunning, isn't it? It's going to be the colour palette that's going to go with everything. Yeah. Everybody loves black and gold. Yeah. It's high-end, it's elegant, isn't it?
It is, and you know, those jump rings are so beautiful to work with, and they're so easy to work with as well. The colour doesn't come off of them at all. They are, the sizes that you get all work together. You don't have to do chainmail with them. I've done a little bracelet where I've just wire wrapped some together. It is just beautiful. It is so special. Yeah, and one thing that's important to point out is, even though you've got quite a few jump rings, you've actually made some pieces that aren't really chainmail. Yep, yeah, I've done a few that aren't chainmailed. Like I said, I've just wire wrapped a few of the small gold rice beads together into a bracelet, and then just link the rings together. They'd make just really nice separators, especially the large rings. If you want your gemstones to go a little bit further, absolutely stunning. Absolutely can. Now we're actually going to be having a look at how to create this one today, aren't we? Yes, we are, yeah. So tell me the story. What was your inspiration behind this as a collection? Well, this piece in particular, luxury chainmail to me, because I do my reenactment pieces, luxury chainmail to me is samurai chainmail, samurai armour. Okay. And so I Googled samurai armour, and the first one that came up was black and gold. So I thought, well, that's perfect. So I did a Japanese pendant, and then to hang it on I had to do a kumihimo braid, so it links in together with the whole Japanese feel of the pendant. The wire I've done with the Viking weave, I wanted something really elegant that you could wear on a night out, so I did a proper lariat style with the loop and then the chain, so it can be worn at any length. And it is beautiful, that one. I know a few people on the upstairs got their eye on this one. That is so beautiful. The next one along, again, a little black dress, perfect. Bit of a back to front necklace, if you like, because the chain's in the front and then the beads are, whereas usually we put the beads in the front and the chain on the sides. And then the one on the end, that's a
an extendable length, so they're just the sliding knots that you can get, you know, on the
macrame sliding, yeah.
Not a square knot, just one that you can make long, so you can have it over the top of a jumper, or you can shorten it up, make it look short, and then the earrings just go with everything.
Everything.
Yeah,
they really do.
It's just such. I always say it made itself, but this one truly, everything just spoke to you and said, yeah, I can do that, and so much wire. So, I mean, I'm not used to getting wire because I do chainmail.
Of course.
And it was so lovely to get the wire.
I suppose it kind of opens you up to different things, doesn't it, really?
It does. And if I was at home, when I get this kit...
when you get this kit home?
I may even make some small jump rings with a 0.8 wire. Make my own jump rings with a 0.8 wire.
Man.
And so I can use the gold jump rings as well as the black.
Fab. I have actually got some jump ring makers coming up for you in a little bit, so do stay tuned for me. Okay, lovely lady, where are we going to be starting?
We're going to start with a pendant on this. And I hope you can see it. It's a Japanese 12-in-2 flower with added little extras onto there to make it into more of a diamond formation.
Yeah.
And then obviously the drops on the end, but you can embellish it however you want to embellish it. So we're going to start by making the flower. Now, I have done this flower before. I think it was on our...
it was on one of ours, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on the thingy show, the birthday show. So I'm just going to really quickly show you how to make the flower, just so that everybody, if they weren't watching, you can carry on making the pendant. So this is how we're going to make it.
Okay.
Right, so what we need is 12 of the small jump rings. It uses the small jump rings and the medium-sized jump rings.
Okay.
Okay, so we need 12 jump rings on one of the medium-sized rings, so 12 of the small, and then we're going to double that ring up. So it always has 2 of the larger rings.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got 2 jump rings with the 12 attached to it. Then what we're going to do is we take another medium-sized jump ring, we pick up, sorry that one's just gone over there, pick up 2 of the jump rings on the centre rings, and then we add 2 jump rings to that and close. Now because it's a 12-in-2, we have to put another jump ring through those, so you just basically double at what you've just done. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. Okay, so I'll just carry on doing it. If I get time to do the whole flower, I will do. So the next one we do is we go through the next 2 rings. We go through the 2 rings that we've just added, so we link the petal together. And now to get the next petal, we have to have 2 more small jump rings. Okay. So it's quite an easy pattern, and Japanese patterns are lovely to follow. So that's the next one. And then again, we have to double that up because it's with the name 12-in-2. And I'm just going to pick it up if that's okay, guys, just so I can slide that there. There we go, and pop it back down for you. So the next one goes again through, and we do this 6 times all the way around. Don't forget to add your next 2 jump rings so you can link your next petal in.
Yeah, I see.
Okay. And close that one. And when you're closing your jump rings, with square jump rings, because they've got a square profile, which is why we call them square jump rings. I get a lot of messages saying, but they're not square, they're round. Yeah. It's just the profile of the wire that's square rather than the jump rings that's square. They are easy to line up. They're easier actually to line up than round jump rings, if you know what I mean. You know, to get your closures nice and flush. Yeah.
Is that just because of the way they sit?
Yeah, and there's not as much spring back on them. So when they're made, I don't think there's as much spring back on the pieces when they cut them. So they're really lovely to work with. Fab. And I'd only worked with them a couple of times till we got them here. And most weaves, there's a few weaves like your Byzantine and your box weave that weaves up a bit too big and chunky with them, but they're beautiful as sections. You know, you could do a section of that chainmail. So we're nearly finished. Sorry, it's...
No, don't worry about it at all. We have got some jump rings coming up for you in the golden colour as well, so do stay exactly where you are.
You can sort of see the flower coming together now.
And it does come together relatively quickly, this one, doesn't it?
Yeah, and once you've got your flower formation, you can then
add onto it each side, and you can actually make this into a sheet, which is what the Japanese chainmail armour obviously was. They didn't have flowers on there.
No.
Yeah, they make it into a sheet, so you just add rings to make it into a block.
A full block.
Yeah. So if I just, that's now last one.
Just need to let you know whilst we're watching attachment of this last one, if everybody checks out, I will be in my last chance saloon easily. This is a serious saving that we have on this. It's also products that we don't have in very often. I can say to you, you know, good luck on finding that much wire in those 2 gauges coming up anytime soon. And I will also say that we haven't actually got any of the square wire jump rings available to us. You can't get them by themselves, you know that already. 300 is going to keep you going, and honestly there's more and more people coming in at every single moment. Once you lot check out, I will be in my last chance saloon, which is 30 or less. At that price point, not only are we beating the average price drop of a designer inspiration, but you're also getting yourself some real treats that we don't often see. So please get it whilst you can, because I know that people are going to miss out.
Okay, the last 2 jump rings to make the flower, I use these as open jump rings. And that one, and then put the last one in. I can find the opening on it.
So it's the one in the centre that we started off with the 12 on,
It's the one in the
isn't
centre
it?
that starts off with the 12, yeah, and then we just add 2 new jump rings to every new petal so that we can link those together. Then the last 2 jump rings we add as separates.
Okay.
You can add them on, and then but then you have to undo these 2 to loop them back through. So it's easy just to leave the 2.
Okay.
Yeah, just leave the 2 separate.
Fab.
Okay, so that's our flower. Now in these big jump rings it does look a little bit loose. So if I can show you what it looks like, and I had a few silver jump rings left over from a previous kit that I did a couple of weeks ago. So this is why I've done this one in silver, just so you can see.
Okay.
Now basically to finish the pendant off, you can leave it as a flower, but to make the actual chandelier shape, we need to add jump rings to the top and the bottom. So we add 4 jump rings to the top and 4 jump rings to the bottom, and then we add our big one. So I'm going to do it on this one if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Just so you can see the actual finished piece.
Absolutely. I'm just going to, because we're so low in stock on that kit now, I'm just going to give you the opportunity to get your hands on some of these beautiful 925 golden coloured jump rings. Hang on, I've not got tweezers here, so you know, I'll use me chain nose pliers, multi-use. We have got here, oh, is that what was just on the screen then, was it? Oh, was it? Oh. I have got your golden colour here for you, and these are the 925, and these are enveloped in gold that we have. So we brought the silver ones to you earlier on. Now the price point on those was absolutely astonishing, wasn't it? But of course we cannot expect a similar price point for these, because you've got that 925 base, but you've also got genuine 9-carat gold enveloping that 925 on these. So already you've got 2 types of really precious metal on each of these. Now these are our 9mm, so because they're 9mm, plenty of different weaves we could do.
Yeah, and they're the same size, and so they make them 7mm in diameter. So
absolutely.
Yes, I've started designing that in my head already with them silver ones.
I love that. Would you mix the colour of these?
Yes, definitely. Oh yeah, mix the metals all the time.
Yeah,
love it.
Now we know for a fact that $6.95 is the base price we can go to, unless it's on those DVDs or those jump rings we had earlier. We can't expect to go to that price, because obviously this is enveloped in genuine 9-carat gold, so we know already these are going to be a higher price than our previous ones. But how much higher? Not much at all. £5.95 for these. That is absolutely astonishing, isn't it?
And they're gold.
And they're gold. What do you think of that?
Yeah, like we said, if you bought 2 of the silver and then 1 of these, or vice versa, you know, your mixed metal piece, you could do that section of beautiful box weave. 7mm looks lovely in box weave. You could do the half Persian one that we did a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, definitely be multi-buying those ones as well. Yeah. Even just as clasps, you know, to hook your S-clasp on or something like that. You don't have to use them for chainmail.
No, of course not.
Because they're so strong.
They really are. There's loads of you coming in for this. I have. What is someone who buys 6 gold? Is it a sextuplet, is it? Who knows? Someone's bought 6, is what I'm trying to say. We've got loads of people getting their hands on this. At the bottom of the screen is your silver, and that is the ones we offered at the start, £4.95. What am I asking, Danny? Danny wants to know what your husband's called.
Mark.
No, it's not. It's not Barry.
Oh no, there's Anonymous West Midlands.
Yeah, but that's on these, love. That's not on the kit.
Oh, if he's got the wrong thing.
The wife thinks it's Christmas with all the 3 gifts she's receiving today. She has even allowed me to go fishing. Thank you, from Barry. I love that.
Enjoy your fishing, Barry.
Enjoy your fishing. Have a lovely time, Barry. Fishing at this time of year. Oh, I used to always go fishing. I used to live on a fish farm. There, you didn't know that, did you? Hi, Becky. OMG. Fleur, that jewellery is so beautiful. Oh. You are so good at explaining how to make chainmail, and that's from Jen.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you. I hope you...
True story, isn't it? She's such a great teacher. We've got loads more messages as well. I bought the kit. Those black square jump rings will be ideal to make a bracelet for my husband. What weave would you recommend from Claire?
For male jump rings, male chainmail, lovely half Persian. You could do a beautiful half Persian with these.
Love that idea.
You can do Byzantine, like so you could do the links of Byzantine and then do like a small section of Byzantine and then do a ring either side to make it a little bit more manly.
Make it, I see.
The Japanese is a real manly weave. When it's done together, when it's all done as a sheet. European 4-in-1. If you've got any other jump rings at home, you don't have to. You can mix your square and your round jump rings together, and they look. So your square jump rings make your piece pop out, then you can link it together with your round jump rings.
That's your round profile jump ring. That's a really Claire. I hope that helps you out. I really do. That's a good idea. And another one. Hello, Frankie. Such lovely work and great demos as always. That's from Fleur. Such an inspiration.
Frankie saw it yesterday.
Did she? Did she have a little nose?
She came around for a little nose, yeah.
Oh, bless her. Do feel free to text us in if you would like, ladies and gentlemen. 60777. We've already had that message, Danny. Yeah. 60777 is the text number. Start your text with the word James Studios. Now we're about to carry on again with lovely Fleur's demo. Just a quick reminder, 925 gold plated is on your screen. Your names have gone off my screen. We have got loads of you coming in for this. They are the open jump rings. They're genuine 925 enveloped in gorgeous gold. Perfect for this time of year. $5.95 for you today. Fab. So we've done our flower.
Yep.
That's complete.
That's complete. So if I just bring this into shot a little bit. So if I could show you where the flower is.
Okay.
The flower is this section here. Okay? So the middle section. Can you see it okay? It's very difficult in the black, isn't it, to see it nicely?
Well, if I kind of cover those ones up, it's that bit, isn't it?
It's that bit there, yeah. So all you're going to do is add your rings to the top here of these ones and then link the 2 rings together.
Okay, let me just pull that up so people can see. There we go.
So this is your flower. And then all you're going to add is this top ring to here. And the bottom ring to there. So it makes sense when you're looking at it. It's that pattern that follows through. And as long as there's 2 rings attached to 4 small rings, if you like, well 6 rings, then you've got the pattern perfectly. So as long as you always double up your large rings and always add 2 rings to that large ring, then that's the pattern completed. Because I think you can see, rather than me go through it, it's quite easy to see where that flower, so that's your flower.
Yeah, I see.
And then, so these are the 2 rings here that you add here and here, which would be here and here. And then you link those together. And then again, bottom 2 here and here, and then link there.
Fab, got it. Yeah,
that makes sense. Rather than go through all that and add those, because I want to try and get through the bail and the thing, and then I've got another chainmail weave as well.
Wonderful.
If I've got time.
Yeah, absolutely, you do. So we're going to be having a look at kind of how to finish this piece off now, aren't we? And this is a really mixed media piece. What I will say to you is, if you haven't tried Kumihimo before, and maybe you've got your Kumihimo board and need a little bit of help in hand, I do have the DVD coming up for you in a little bit.
Okay, when you do chainmail pendants, sometimes the rings, because you want the pattern to follow suit, it's not, the ring isn't big enough to go onto your chain or your choker, or it sits differently because you've got one ring that sits profile and it won't sit correctly on your neck, and you have to like add a couple of rings together, and it makes it sometimes look a little bit disjointed. So to make the piece flow in, I wanted to finish the piece off with one small jump ring because it obviously goes onto two, so I had to make a bail. And me and wire, we're getting there.
You're not the best of friends.
No, we're not the best of friends, but we are getting there.
You haven't been in love forever.
No, but I am. I'm learning. I did a whole wire work piece for a Designer Inspiration last week, so I'm getting there.
Yeah, you are.
So all I did was, again, to make it flow, I just did a double loop onto a piece of wire and then wire up the bail.
Okay.
So basically I put it right down at the bottom of my round nose pliers, and I bent it around, and then I took my pliers out and again just followed it around, so it makes like a split ring, if you like. Is that okay? Can you see it there? And like I say, I'm not the best at wire, but take your time. Now I've really messed that up.
No, you have.
There you go. And then, so once you've got your split ring,
that's it, stay there. No, it's all right. Yeah,
once you've got your split ring, make it a lot neater than that. Like I say, I'm not a Laura binding or a gemma. Then you can use that then to wire up your bail, and then make the bail big enough to go onto the Kumihimo braid, because if not, none of the rings were thick enough, were big enough hole to go through that braid. Okay, so that's how I did the bail to add on.
Fab.
Okay.
Got you, yeah.
Right, the Kumihimo. Now, this is another thing that I used to love, and I never really took the time to study it, but it's such a beautiful, relaxing thing to do. I absolutely adored it, and I was watching Prue, one of the guest designers, who is like the
She's fab, isn't she?
Kumihimo queen. She's amazing. And I wanted to do this twist again, like I said, because it sits in with the Japanese feel. So I learnt how to do the twisted one with the 12 braids.
Okay.
So it's a 12 braid twisted. Now what I would say is, when I learnt it, the colour that twists around, you need a lot more of that cord than the other
ones.
You
do. Yeah.
Because that shortens quicker than the 4 colours that is the bulk of the colour.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to do it twice.
Oh, because you're running out.
Yeah, I ran out. So this is basically how I set up the wheel. And again, I think Mark's done this demonstration, and I think Prue might have done it as well. I'm pretty sure it's on the Kumihimo DVD. But if I just quickly show you how it works, and then if you've got some cord at home and you want to have a quick go now, you can.
Okay,
Right, waiting for your DVD to arrive. So basically, I put 4 warps at the bottom and 4 strands at the top, so opposite each other, with a gap of 1 slot in between each.
Okay.
And then your 2 colours that you're going to twist opposite sides again. So if I hold that still, you can see what numbers it's all in.
Yeah, got you.
Okay, and it's exactly the same as the 8 one, as in you're going up and down. So I take the number 5 slot and I put it up to the number 18 slot. I take the number 19 down to the number 3 slot.
Yeah.
So that's like we do on
with
our
your
8
normal
strand.
8s, yeah.
And then we go to this side, so then we go to the right hand side of the disc, and we take number 2 up to number 20, and then number 22 down to number 1.
Okay.
Now, when I do the 8 strand weaves, I always go from top to bottom and bottom to top, but this way I learnt from bottom to top and then top to bottom.
Oh, right,
you know
okay.
what I mean?
Yeah,
and then I turned it to the left. Now, I did it either way. I did do one when I turned it to the right, and as long as you're consistent with your turning, which way you're going to turn it, it will twist. Okay, and then I take the colours that will twist around, so number 12 up to number 26, number 28 down to number 10, and turn, and that is your pattern.
Okay.
Okay, so you do, if you like, you do your up and down twice on the side that has the 4 strands, and then just once up and down with your twisted colour.
Okay.
And once you carry on down, and it is, I mean, I was very slow at it because
it takes you a while to get into the rhythm.
But it makes this beautiful twist. And I have done an 8 strand one where it twists, but it doesn't raise the twist up.
Okay.
And that's what I like so much about this weave, is that it actually lifted it up.
Okay, wonderful. If you do want to get your hands on a Kumihimo disc, we do have that disc on our website, so do take a look on there. And if you are looking at getting started, I have got the perfect accompaniment. I have got your Kumihimo DVD and also your Viking knit DVD, which is how we've created this beautiful piece, which we'll talk about more in a moment, or 3. So let's talk about your DVDs first off, shall we? They are fab for so many reasons. It's step-by-step help for you here, step by step, showing you not only your real basics but also how to complete projects, how to do totally different weaves. So for example, on your Kumihimo on this DVD, which is your introduction, you're shown all of the basics. You're shown how to work with the discs, how to use round disc patterns, how to add gemstones on, which I know is something people are really interested in. Also shows you how to cage gemstones with your Kumihimo too, and it has a beautiful zigzag technique which you can see on there, and it also actually shows you how to do a square on a round board, which is special. And you've then got your Viking knit edition 1 as well. Now the great thing with this one is it goes from the very beginning. It talks you through the Lazy Daisy itself, which I have actually got coming up for you in a moment or 3. You've also got on there your how to add pieces to your designs, how to do double knit, and how to give that professional finish on your designs as well, which again I'll talk you through in moments or longer. You have got 2 DVDs here, almost an hour each on these. They're normally £4.95 each, aren't they? But £9.90 is your usual price, which actually for almost 2 hours worth of pure learning is fantastic. But we're taking it lower, £6.95 for you on these today. You get to take 2 little guest designers home with you. You've got Sarah Alvin on the Kumihimo, and you've got my gorgeous Spellbinding, who's joining me tomorrow, and I am ridiculously excited for your Viking knit. So you have got 2 real talents there, both of them just £6.95. Get your hands on them today. Great as stocking fillers, great to get yourself started, or even just to freshen up on those skills. £6.95 for both. Congratulations everyone, that is your DVD offer. So,
and I go back to mine all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Do you want me to talk you through the Viking weave one quickly?
Yes, we would love that.
Okay, so what I did with the Viking weave is I used nearly all of the wire. The only piece of wire that I didn't use was what I used to wrap this little bail with here.
Okay. So is this your 0.8?
This, no, 0.4.
No, 0.4, sorry, yeah.
And it makes it into a beautiful, like a rope. A real slinky rope. It's really lovely. So that is about 9 metres worth in that. So you will use the whole of that because I wanted to make this lariat style that you could sit either high on your neck or lower down. I took it down on the draw plate if you've got a draw plate at home. I took it down to the second to last hole.
Okay.
So just so you know, that's how far, because I kept thinking, oh, dare I take it down another one? Because I wanted it to have that little bit more length to it so I could make it a true lariat.
Okay.
With the end of the wire, what I did was I wired the loop around on the lariat style.
Okay.
So all that is holding together is I basically just use the wire to knit both sides together and cover the raw end of the wire.
Okay.
So the end that I used for that section is the end that you finish Viking weaving on. So not the bit that's attached to the Lazy Daisy, the bit that you finish.
That you end on.
That you end
at the very
on.
end.
Yep, so that you can sew it together and it comes into a nice point, and then it will go together as that nice circle, rather than having to cover the rough end up where you've cut it off of your Lazy Daisy.
Okay.
And then use the Wags Y cone to make a cone, and then just dangled some beautiful chain off with those stunning rice beads.
It's quite nice that you've done that, because a lot of people do ask, how do you finish off the Lazy Daisy Viking knit, and we've shown you there. Am I right in saying that you've done this on the 1/4 inch?
Yes, yeah, on the 1/4 inch tool, yeah.
And I've got the 1/4 inch tool here for you now. So you've got the DVD, you've got the wire in the kit, now it's time to get the tool. Take a look at this. This is our Viking knit tool that we have here. Did you watch Stephanie Eddy doing this?
Yes, yeah.
Gosh, she was amazing, wasn't she?
She is Viking knit queen.
She is the Viking knit queen. Stephanie Eddy is essentially the lady who designed this and who created this. She's an American lady, and she came in and did a designer inspiration show with me. How long ago was that? Can you remember?
Oh,
not long ago, a few months ago.
Yeah.
She came in all the way from America, especially. She brought her husband, who was fab, and she's done some absolutely astonishing designs with this. We have got the piece itself here. Now, this is where it gets its name from. You've got the daisy at the end there, and that will pop in. And we will use the top of this section here to start off our design, and then this can be pulled out as your piece grows, essentially. So this is your daisy itself. You also get a pin in this as well, which people ask about quite a lot. The pin is mainly for causing spaces, essentially, isn't it? Dragging everything apart for you, so that you can get into those little gaps that sometimes will close up on you. The lovely thing about this as well is you do get a fab instruction manual, step by step. Not only has it got kind of an explanation, but it's also in photograph form as well, which I think can make a big difference. If you're a visual learner like me, then that's going to help you out a lot. So we've got loads and loads of info on the internet, on our YouTube page, and of course you've got the DVD. Your price point today for your Viking knit is just £19.95. It's a great price to get yourself started off with a whole new medium.
Well, I mean, there is things on YouTube where you can do it around the end of a pen and things like that. And I started off doing that, and it was always, the rungs weren't the right distance apart, it was twisting, it didn't look uniform, and even when I drew it through the draw plate, it still looked not. But I mean, that to me is absolutely a lifesaver.
It really is fab,
and
isn't it?
You can pick it up and put it down as well.
Yes.
So you can do a little bit, pop it down,
continue later.
That's it.
Absolutely.
And it does make lovely.
Having a message in. Hi Fleur, how many loops did you use for the Lariat necklace?
I used 5. 5 loops, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't want to use 6 because again it takes a little bit more wire up, so the actual length of the final piece would have been. But you could go down to 4. 4 would be no problem at all. It would just make it a little bit more of an open weave, but it still looks just as beautiful in a 4 as it does in a 5.
Fab, that's wonderful. Another question in. Hi ladies, would like to make macrame and Byzantine bracelet in sections. How would I work out how much of each I would need? Love the designs and demos, and that's from Babs. Hey Babs.
Right, depending on how long you want each section, what I do is so if we take this section here that I've done, so I'd always do my chainmail piece first, and then I would add on the macrame cord, and then macrame off of the chainmail piece. So I'd always make the chainmail be the centre point that you work out how much you need. So on some of the ones that I do, which is the fusion ones, which I've done before, I always do about 3 to 4 inches of chainmail, just so if it sits on a bracelet, it sits like a watch style bracelet, so it covers the whole top of your wrist, and then it's comfortable around the sides, because if you're pulling it tight with the macrame, you want it to sit flush to your wrist. So I always stop either side of my wrist.
Okay.
And then if you're doing a male bracelet, then obviously that needs to be a little bit wider for that. But then I'd always do your chainmail first and then macrame off the chainmail, and then you'll work out roughly how much you need for each one. I hope that
Fab, thank you for that. Just a quick recap for you on that kit. I have a handful or 2 left. You had 300 of those square jump rings. You had 4 strands, including those real eye-catching big agate quartz. You also had 20 meters worth of wire in your 0.8 and your 0.4, 2 of the most popular, and you had your satin cord as well.
Can I just show this as well, Becky?
Yeah, go on.
This is what I've got left.
How much you have left over? That is a huge amount.
Yeah, I still had a couple of metres of the 0.8 as well, because I used the 0.8 to wrap all the large beads. I didn't have any cord left, and I had a whole strand minus one of the large rectangles in the end. So yeah, there's absolutely tons left.
There's loads left. They're such a fab bargain, it really is. So do treat yourself. Do you want to do them now, did you say, love? Okay. We will be carrying on with Fleur's demo in a second. I just want to squeeze these in for you. Do you like the name of this?
Grab a coat. Oh yeah, got it.
Oh yeah. This is your grab a coat, love. You have got 2 strands here, and producer Danny wanted to put these in now because he thinks these would go quite nicely with your designs.
Yes. Oh yeah.
How would we have these?
Well, where I've used the large rounds on that Japanese pendant, you could use those because you could on the pendant itself. Instead of having 5 drops, you could have 3 drops and just use the larger pyrites here.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You could use them in your macrame style bracelets definitely because the holes are nice and big on those. You could even, if you did your loop on your Viking weave bigger to get one of those through, you could just have one of those on the end of your lariat style rather than what I've done, the little rice beads. And again with the twisted one that we're going to do now. Next.
You could add those ones onto it as well, couldn't you? We will be doing that twisted design in a moment, but not before I've given you a bargain. This is grab a coat. You've got 180 carats on each strand. They're 18 by 13 mil. You've got the golden colour and that absolutely popping silver. Should be 13.90, but we don't like the number 13, do we? Some people think it's unlucky. So let's drop it down and make it lucky for you. Your price for both strands today, £8.95 for you. That's less than £4.50 a strand on both of these. And let's face it, they're beautiful, they're bold, they've got that gorgeous metallic coating on them. These aren't wallflowers, are they? These are eye-popping, look at me, catching the light, catching your eye, stunning pieces, which we can use all together because although they're statements, they're not over the top in size. We could use them all together, but still in the same breath, we could use these individually. You could have these one by themselves. They are standalone beauties with real high class shine. At 180 carats worth per strand as well, at that price point, we are getting ourselves an absolute bargain. And these, let's face it, they're not like anything we've seen that recently, I don't think. I can't think of a time. I've seen a lot of sort of coated agate recently, especially the black coated agate. I've seen quite a bit of that, but you're generally seeing those kind of rainbow tones, aren't you? Almost the diesel tones, yeah. But these are one strong, beautiful, eye-catching colour palette across both, aren't they? And actually, they go really nicely with the 2 coated strands that I've got in your kit.
Perfect. God, you can make that kit go so much further, couldn't you? If you
just adding 2 strands?
Adding those 2 strands to it. And they're lovely shapes.
Aren't they?
Make beautiful flowers. You can make a great big flower on a kumihimo braid.
They're fab, aren't they? They are so, so special. Loads of you are coming in for this, multi-buyers as well. Treat yourself to these today. Let's face it, they are beautiful in their appearance anyway, but at this time of year, the colour palette is going to go to those silvers, those chilly blues.
Yeah, it is, and they're perfect party season pieces.
They really
and I know
are.
I say it every time I'm on, but I'd love to make Christmas decorations out of them as well.
Oh, that'd be a fab idea.
Every time I come on, I'm like, yeah, Christmas decorations, but you can use them for both. Because you can use them for jewellery afterwards as well.
Absolutely true. Treat yourself to them at £8.95 for both strands. Congratulations. Okay, lovely lady, we're going to learn how to twist and shout at how beautiful these pieces are. Take a little look. We're going to be learning this weave now. It looks complex because it's twisted. Is it complex?
Not at all.
Well, that's handy.
Not at all. It's so simple. It's a real simple one to do. And if you've got a few jump rings left over and you don't know what to do with them, say in a macrame style bracelet, you can just pop these in because we have weaves that we call ring hungry, which sound a bit weird.
No, I know what you mean.
But sometimes you have to use a lot of weaves, to make a very small amount of chainmail. This one, you hardly need any rings to make a nice big amount of chainmail.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do to start off is we take one single jump ring.
And which size from the kit is this? Or can we do it on any?
You can do it with any size. I use the large ones for this, but you can use any size at all. So you take one. Now I always add either an earring finding or a piece of wire to the end, just so you know that that's your end one, okay? I'll move that out of the way so you can see properly. Now, what we need to do is link and one more to it.
Okay.
So it's very, very simple. And at first when you're doing it, you're thinking, oh, it's not going to do anything. We push them together to make the eye.
Yes, so the eye is this
there?
section.
That section
here, isn't
there.
it?
That's it. So with chainmail, we do talk a lot about eyes. And in the next demo, the next kit, we do a lot of around the eye and in the eye and all around. And then what we're going to do is coming from the underneath, you're going to pass your jump ring through that eye, okay?
Yes.
And then hold.
Okay.
And then if you hold that out, you can see you have your next eye, which is there, okay?
Yeah, I see.
Can you see that? And then again, we're just going to go through that one and close.
Okay.
And basically, that is the weave. So I'll do another few, and I've done a section as well so you can see. Now this by itself, it does hold the twist, but sometimes when you pop it back on, you might have to just twist it again just a little bit. Once it's worn, it will keep the twist.
It will keep
It's only when you take it off and pop it in your jewellery box or however, it will. You just need to give it a little bit of a twist.
Okay, pokes.
Now, this is the single twist, and you can see it's starting to twist.
Naturally,
it starts to twist naturally. Okay, so as long as you always go past the ring that you've just added, back over the ring that you've, sorry, the new ring over the ring that you've just added.
Okay, I see.
Okay?
Yeah, yeah.
So with that one I've put 2 green ones on, but it doesn't
Got
matter. And then pass your next ring through that eye. Okay? And close. And if I can just twist it again. So like I say, once you give it a little twist, it holds that formation.
Okay.
Now that's a single twist.
Single twist.
Okay, if I just hold this piece up, because obviously the longer that you do the weave, the more it's going to twist. And it does sit nicely. If you were to just let it go flat, it doesn't look horrible when it's down like that. But all you need to do is pick it up, just twist, and it's there.
Fab.
Now, you can put double rings through each one, and that will hold its twist. So you can do a double twist. And I've just got a little section here in the black. Now this will hold, so where you've just added 1 ring to each time,
through the eye,
you just add 2 rings each time.
Okay.
And it creates the double twist, and that will hold the twist all the time. You don't need to undo it. So if I just borrow the necklace, I'll just show you what I mean by just twisting it back up together. That's why I dropped it earlier, because I was just...
There you go.
So this is how it sits while it's on. If I just undo the necklace and just let it fall, it just goes into like a rope style, and all you do, can you see that? All you do is just twist, and it won't come untwisted when it's worn.
Oh, that's a good tip.
So it will not untwist. You can't over twist it. You won't under twist it. You can make it look as twisted as you like, but that is basically that weave. So you just push the new ring over the ring that you previously added, make the little eye, and put your new ring through that eye.
I see.
And that is a really lovely way to finish off necklaces or have it as a feature point here. Now to keep the twist on this one, I didn't do it because I wanted to do a different style necklace. You can add beads to the twist, so you can put a bead, a head pin through those 2, and it will hold the twist. So you can have a dropper on it. But I've done quite a few ones recently that I've got droppers on them, so I thought, well, I'll do something different. I'll leave it plain, but just say that you can embellish off the twist to hold it together. But I've got a necklace of this, and I wear it every day. I just absolutely love it. And with the 2, if you had the sterling silver and the 9 carat gold, the 2-tone ones,
2 tones,
like the 2-tone of this, that would look stunning as a piece.
of chainmail. And like I say, it's not a very ring hungry weave, so your 20 rings, if you had 2 lots of each, say, you could near enough do a full necklace with that.
Love that. Lovety, love, love. Thank you so much for showing us both of those. Those are fab. Now, I'm about to bring you something that a lot of you may not have seen in a while. Clearance. Have you worked with scales before? Because sometimes some people might think chainmail and scale mail, they are match made in heaven, really, aren't they?
They are.
I have got 2 packs here for you. Black and gold goes perfectly with this kit, doesn't it? So let's let you know what we're getting. They're both your aluminium. You've got 100 in each of, you've got 100 of the gold. You've got your small scales here. Now the small scales actually aren't that small, are they? They're a decent size at 22 by 14 mil. You've then got your black as well. And the black is a pack of 50 because these ones are larger. They're around 35 by 22 mil on those. So these are your 2 beautiful scale packs. Now, if we're going to use these with chainmail, how do we add them on? What are we doing?
Okay, so it's a little bit like the European 4-in-1 when you add the scales to it. So what you would do is, if, say your scale, oh, I don't know, let me make it a ring.
Yeah, go on.
So if that was your scale, you would need 2 rings to attach to the row above. So you make a little like lattice weave behind, and you just add the scales on. The other way, does that make sense? So your scales, this is your scale, add 2 little rings to it.
Do you want me to get a scale out?
Yes, please.
Is a black or a gold easier? Which size do you want?
The black ones. Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, it's like Christmas. Yeah. I tell you what, let's bring in the price because we will show you how to use these now. Your price point today for both packs, 150, £6.95. You haven't seen them in a long time, and we've brought them back at a discounted, bargainacious price. This is off the scale, literally. You have got £6.95 on those, and we'll see how to use them now.
So the way that these go together is they sort of like sit on top of each other.
Yeah.
So they create like fish scales.
Yes.
So if you think about a fish scale, how it sits on top, that's how you're going to assemble your scale mail.
Okay.
Now you have to be aware that your jump ring has to go through both that thickness here, and that thickness. Okay.
Yep.
So if I just laid them out how you would use them.
Got you.
So this is how they would sit together. So you would link a chain together there.
Yes, I see.
So you'd link either one, but they wouldn't be that far apart because they would sit.
They kind of they touch him.
They touch on top and slightly sit one on top. So like that.
Yeah, got you. Yeah, got you.
So you'd link there, there, and there. Okay. And then this is the front. So what you do is flip it over, and then your next row would slide underneath, if you like. So you always start from the top and work down with scale mail.
I see.
So I'm just going to flip these over so I can show you where your next.
And don't forget these scales, they are concave on one side, which means you can use them in different directions, and it's going to give you, yeah, of course you can, it gives you real nice versatility.
So your next row will go there, in between, there, and there. Okay, so you'd link down from there to there, from here to here, there to there, and there to there. So when you pick it up, the second row sits behind your first foundation row. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. The other way that you can use this is a cheats way of doing scale mail, which is absolutely perfect, is you get some chain and link each one onto a link of chain.
Okay.
And then do that however many times, and then put your chains together, okay? And then make them sit in their chains on top of each other. When you lift it up, then you'll have like 3 or 4 chains on the end, but it'll make a real nice statement on the side. But you'll then have that beautiful formation of a V on there. Or I've seen people, I mean, I know a lot of people etch onto these, so if you've got a Dremel type thing that you can etch onto, your alcohol inks, things like that, and sometimes they just look beautiful just with one every so often, or in earrings. But I love working with scales, and if you're really into your scale mail and chain mail, these make beautiful garments because it grows so much faster.
I see.
Because it covers a bigger surface area.
Of course.
So yeah, if you're into making, they make a lot of gloves with scale mail, and it just looks like dragon scales.
It's really beautiful
stunning.
effect.
Really
We've got lots and lots of info for you on our Jewellery Maker YouTube page.
Yeah.
We're back with you in probably about 40 minutes. What are we expecting from the second DI?
We've got 2 more chainmail weaves, some beautiful blues. Stunning blues in this one. Yeah, and something that I've never worked with before till I worked with this kit, which are the discs. So yeah, beautiful.
We have got some goodies coming up for you after the break as well, including that little cheeky price chain bundle. Stay tuned, because in the break you'll find out how to buy with us. We'll see you in a bit.
The fastest way to shop with Jewellery Maker is by going to our website. Just click on the sign up button. Once you've filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking the Watch Live button on the front page. You can also use our Refine tool and narrow down your search. Once you've found an item that you like, just simply click on the Buy Now button and the item will be added to your basket. Don't forget you can add as many items to your basket per day and still only pay 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with Jewellery Maker. If for any reason you're not satisfied with your purchase, you have the benefit of our no quibble 30-day money-back guarantee. Just complete the returns form enclosed with your goods and send them back for a full refund.
We all know having the right tools for the job is important, so we here at Jewellery Maker have designed a toolkit which includes all your essential pliers for jewellery making, including round nose and flat nose pliers, wire cutters, as well as a bead reamer, snips and tweezers. You've got everything you need for just $9.95. We provide the tools, you provide the skills. Get creative with Jewellery Maker.
If you're new to Jewellery Maker, simply contact our call centre and we'll send you a tutorial DVD and Get Started booklet, all free of charge.
When shopping with Jewellery Maker, you can add as many items to your order in one day and only pay 1 postage and packaging charge. We have 2 delivery options. Standard delivery at just £2.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 4 to 6 days. Or opt for our premium delivery at just £4.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 3 to 4 days. Happy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
If you have a question or query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2. Or alternatively, you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
Did you know that the Jewellery Maker phone number is free from a UK landline? Now you can spend those extra pennies on more shopping.
Get involved with Jewellery Maker by sending the studio a message during our live hours. You can send a text to 60777 and start your message with JM Studio, or alternatively, go to our website and click on Watch the Live Show, simply type your message into the box and press send. Make sure you stay tuned in case your message is read out. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Designer Inspiration. Thank you so much for joining me today. I do appreciate it, and you'll appreciate it too when you see some of the goodies we've got coming up. One goodie I've got coming up for you, it's called Fleur. Hi, love.
Hi.
Yeah, good. How are you?
Not too bad.
How's your challenge going?
Yeah, I've got an idea of what I'm doing and I'm going to quickly work through it.
Good. You've probably got about half an hour to have a little bit of a play before we get involved.
That's fine.
So I have got loads of goodies coming up for you, but I'm going to start off with the chain duo. I showed you this before. I gave you a little sneaky peek. This genuinely brand spanking new bundle, stunning price point, and I don't think you're going to expect it, if I'm honest. This is so new. It only came in probably about an hour and a half before the show started. Now, let's talk to you about these gemstones, shall we? First off, What is the gemstone? Well, it's quartzite. And what is quartzite? Well, it is essentially, it's very similar to quartz in its formation. The only difference is it has, as part of the element in there, a very porous gemstone, which is generally sandstone. Now, the great thing about having the elements of sandstone in there is that the quartz itself will take on colour so much easier, which means that we can apply these stunning different colours to them. So we've got your black tone here. Now, I can see how it would pass as black, but it's almost so dark. It's almost a really royal sapphire-like blue. And then we're juxtaposing that with this kind of, would you describe that as cobalt blue? I suppose it is really, isn't it? Lapis blue, are you thinking? It is a beautiful, deep, rich blue tone running through there. It is almost a cobalt colour in there, just kind of spanning around this. Now, these two are both on that beautiful, strong strength wire of the copper plated silver. So in here you've got a meter's worth of each of these, and the 6mm as well, it's important to point out. Now in each of them, now these are both brand new, ladies and gents, both of these are brand spanking new. And you know that as a general rule, when we get in new things, we're not actually allowed to bundle them up. But we have again today. Managed to get away with that. Generally, we're not allowed to do bundles because you're meant to drop the price, aren't you? If we do a bundle, you know we're going to drop the price on it. Generally, we're not able to do a brand new products. Obviously, think about it in any other shop. You don't walk into, I don't know, a clothes stall and see a brand new dress that you've never ever seen before. It's brand spanking new. It's all in the new season. It's right fashionable at the time. It's been in your catalogues, and you get in there and it's never price slashed, is it? It's never a discount price for a brand new dress. Never, ever, ever. We do things a little bit differently here. You know that. That's why you stick with us so often. Now you've got a metre of each of these. Let me show you how far that goes, because a metre is a serious length, isn't it? Look at the price, look at the size, and look at the price in a minute, because trust me, it's astonishing. So we've got two brand spanking new strands here for you. Truly, you don't walk into a shop, do you, and think, that's a brand new dress that no one's ever seen before, must be on offer. And you don't go and buy two dresses, do you, and then think, you go up to the counter and go, hi, because I'm buying two of this dress, can I have money off? Can I, please? You just don't do it, it doesn't happen. But this is Jewellery Maker, you know that, I know that. I brought you a gemstone chain, very similar but with different gemstones earlier on at £7.95. Your price today, brand spanking new for both, is not. It should be £13.90, but shoulda, woulda, coulda, we're taking it down. Your price point for both of these brand spanking new chains, £9.95. That's buy one, get one for £2. That's it. That is absolutely stunning price point, isn't it? You wouldn't do that anywhere else. Could you imagine going into a shop and saying, oh, I like this dress, I'm going to buy a second one. Can I have it for £2, please? You would not do that, would you?
Get laughed at the store.
You'd get laughed out of the store. You're absolutely right. And we were thinking of giving these to you as your challenge earlier on, but we kind of saw the sparkly ones, thought let's be a little bit different. So, what are you thinking if I was to give these to you as a challenge? What would you be doing with them?
Well, one of them is a ready-made rosary chain, isn't it?
Oh,
so I'd make
yeah.
a pendant. Like I said before, with the red one, a tassel, maybe a multi-strand necklace. May take some of them off and make a beady bead to use as the focal point, and then, or to make even just like a tube of the beads. So if you did like a beady bead but then sewn it into a tube rather than into a bead.
Oh, I've got
and then
you.
slid that over the top of the chain itself. So it comes like a part of the chain.
I know exactly what you mean. You know that I'm obsessed with putting stuff on my head, Fleur. We talk about this often. What would I make to put on my head with this, please?
Oh, a festival style.
Oh, yeah.
round
Speaking my language.
Round your head, a festival style. You could wire wrap them onto a tiara band, or just even some memory wire, because memory wire does make really nice headpieces as well. Yeah, definitely. You could have it sort of like if you did like one row around and then just did V's of the other one off of it, because they would connect in because they're only an open loop, so you connect one loop up, so you can make like a V style all the way around your, like the forehead, I think that would be a stunning piece. Like
that would be eye-catching.
Yeah.
It really, truly would. And really wearable as well.
Yeah. A lot of people as well, I've looked at a lot of 1920s, 1940s style jewellery, and a lot of them did used to wear it in their hair as well. So if you have your hair as you've got it like at the minute, you could have a piece that goes from your parting around, you could follow your hairline to the back of your hair.
Oh, I love that idea.
All you need is a couple of Kirby grips, wouldn't it?
Oh, well, Fleur, Leeds Festival's around the corner, so if you could get making. I'm just showing you in the middle here, this is your Jasper chain that we've got in the middle here. This is the one we gave you the opportunity to get earlier, and I know plenty of you did. This was £7.95. Goes great with it as a collection, doesn't it? This is still available, and it looks like it might be at the bottom of the screen. That's your red Jasper at the bottom, £7.95 for that. And you're getting both of these today for just £9.95. If you've never worked with chain before and you're a little bit worried, well, there is absolutely no need to be, especially when we've put this much work into it and so much craftsmanship. The great thing with this is we haven't done a double wrap loop on here, which we do on a lot of our gemstone chains, don't we? Now, double wrap loops are great because it will hold your pieces in place, but sometimes if you want to be able to add on or even take away, you do feel a little bit begrudging sometimes to actually cut away that wire. With these, because they are just open and closed like you would a jump ring, that means that you're going to use every single part of it, which also means it's super easy to add on a jump ring clasp and then to add on your lobster claw, or to add on your S-shaped clasp if you want to. You could do something so simple with these. Now, do not forget, lovely ladies and gentlemen, at 9 o'clock this will go back to its original price of almost £14, 10p or £14. That means if you haven't checked out your baskets at this point or before that time, you will pay the original price point. Names have gone off my screen twice, so congratulations everybody. Please do check out your baskets. I look like I've got about 20 in the baskets probably, so please do check those out if you get the opportunity to, because honestly they are so workable, so usable, and to get your hands on 2 meters worth of genuine gemstones in this chain form at that price, well, it's fab, isn't it? It really is wonderful. This is some garnet that I've got coming up for you in a little bit. What time are we doing this garnet at? Probably at about 3 o'clock. Get it in the 3 o'clock hour. You have got a beautiful, beautiful array here of these gems. Oh, thanks for handing these over, Pete. Hey, you know what, Fleur? You could. You could, if you wanted to, use the chain instead of what you've done here, couldn't you? What are you thinking to that?
Oh, I like that.
Or even add on.
Yep. Yeah, because you could have a multi-layered one then, so you could have your beaded chain and then your the wax cord with the ones attached to it.
Oh, cute idea.
That's a be a lovely idea. Or as I've attached it to that crochet cuff,
yes,
you could just attach the chain onto that as well, and make like so the chain moved, so it wasn't static, it moved along the cuff, so the cuff stayed like tight to the wrist, and then the chain just moved around.
Oh, that's a lovely, lovely idea. There's loads of you coming in. I'm already getting low in stock in this. Of course, we've got 2 brand new things brought together at a massively discounted price, £9.95. It's astonishing price point, isn't it? Congratulations to everybody. Do treat yourself to it whilst you can, because that has gone so fast. Now, let me take this away. I have got low quantity for you on this now, so if you want to add a pop of colour, almost I think what we saying, kind of Bollywood colours, almost kind of a little bit of a zesty Moroccan feel to these. I've got triple, 3 strands exactly the same. These are eye-catching. They are stunning, aren't they? Use them together as stranded or individually, take them off and pop them into the separate colours if you want to. Do you know what these remind me of? These remind me of the type of sweets in a sweet shop that you would not buy for your kids because you know they would make them hyperactive. It's that kind of colour, isn't it? What would we do to chill these out, Fleur?
I'd separate all the colours out. Personally, I do love them together, and like we've just been saying about festival jewellery, I mean together that is a festival piece, just with all the colours together.
Yeah.
But
if I was to get them home, I'd take all the blues out, I'd take all the oranges out, well, the ready oranges, the pinks out, and maybe I'd use the greens and the reds together and the pinks and the blues together.
Oh, I like that idea.
So I'd still mix the colours other than, but yeah, you could do so much with them, and they're so versatile, and they're so sparkly because they've got that really lovely crackle inside.
They've got the internal crackle. That's purely due to a little bit of heat applied to these, and it crackles this beautiful internally in the gemstone. And what that means is the dye almost pools into those sort of cracks and crevices. It gives you a really beautiful effect. These are great if you've got the kids or the grandkids or your next door neighbour's kids getting ready to break up for Christmas, because let's face it, it is around the corner. The school holidays are fast approaching. If that is you and you want to give some beautiful pieces for some eye-catching designs, for some quick and easy makes for them to get involved with and for you yourself, well, I tell you what, you can't get better than this, because you've got 3 strands today at just $11.85, or is it? No, we're going to take this probably lower than you were going to expect. Anyone thinking £10? Because it's not. It's £7.95 for all 3 of these strands today. How many are we getting on one? Yeah, hang on. Give me 20 minutes. Hang on. 2, 4. This takes longer because I can only do the 10 times table up to a certain, 2 times table up to a certain amount. Up till 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Can I just fold this in half now? Because we're going to be here all day. Oh, I'm not even at half. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. I'm halfway now. No. 35, 36, 37. Right, I'm halfway now at 37. Times that by 2. 74 on each strand. 74 times 3. What's that, Danny boy? Do it in your head, please. How much? 219. 223. 223. So how much is that per gemstone then, Danny boy? Now I'm asking. Get your calculator out, Danny. Come on. 74? No, you're doing £7.95 divided by however many gemstones we have. 220. No. He's on it now. It's all right. Blimey, Charlie. I've got hardly any of these left, just need to let you know. I've got people coming in from Texas, people coming in from Kent, people coming in from Cambridgeshire, Isle of Man, South Yorkshire. Loads of you coming in for this. 3 pence, about 3.5 pence. What? Your face, Fleur. You're just like, how is that possible?
How can somebody cut those and strand them for 3.5 pence?
I know.
That's amazing.
It's astonishing, isn't it?
Do you know what I'd like to do with those? I'd love to make them into a sun catcher, because when the sun comes through them, I think they'd be absolutely beautiful with all the different colours.
Oh, I think that's a really good idea. But you can see right here, right now, that I am in last chance saloon on this already. Helena, that's nice. Is that coming up for tonight? Oh, nice strand of labradorite on tonight. Once everybody checks out, there is a queue on the phone lines. Of course there is. If you like that deal, I've got plenty more coming up for you. Loads and loads more offers, loads and loads more deals. And don't forget, I've got that gorgeous designer inspiration as well. If everybody checks out now, loads of you would miss out. It's as simple as that. I've probably got about 30 in baskets, and I've got 7 left. Fastest finger first. As Dale Winton used to say, check it out. Loads of you getting your hands on that. 3 left. Congratulations to everybody. Now, the shell pearl. Are you sure? Oh my goodness. No, that's not what's on my tea bar. I've got shell pearl on my tea bar, love. Where are we looking? Hang on. Oh, in the box. Let's have a look. Now. Oh, you do realise that I'm about to say this when producer Helena's in here. She's about to kick up a fuss. Pearls, but I mean crazy price pearls. 5 strands of pearls. Her mouth has just dropped. Producer Helena she used to be my producer, and then she left me. She'll be back though. She will be back, won't you, Helena?
Will she?
Very soon. For a long period of time, won't she, Manager Scott? A long period of time. Scott has just nodded. Yeah, very long period of time she'll be back with me. She absolutely adores pearls, but I think she is going to go loco about the price of these. I genuinely don't think this is a price anyone is going to expect. I have got stunning strand. Helena just kind of did a slow motion walk past these then. I have got for you a stunning pearl combination. Look at the beauty. We're going from your deepest, darkest, rustic, almost antique bronze copper colour on the beautiful pearls that we have in the centre section here. Then we're taking it a little bit more gentle, a little bit more kind of hushed, a little bit more muted with that light peach coloured strand that we have here. These are around 8 by 7 mil. We're then going to add you some serious sheen in 2 forms. They're described as light grey, but seriously, that is an underplay on these. These are silver, aren't they? Those are the most sumptuous and delectable silver that you could really hope for in pearls. And you've got 2 different sizes here. You've got those beautiful 6 by 8, really workable in that Baroque style. And then you have these superb, delicate accents of your pearls in the 4 by 3 mil. They are so beautiful in appearance, aren't they? Now let me just talk you through the shapes of these, if I may. We've got your Baroque pearls in there, and the Baroque pearls have got that texture to them. We describe the Baroques, often they'll have a flattened surface to them, and you've then got your rice shapes on theirs as well, and that is on those rich, beautiful, almost antique bronze. The smoothness on those is absolutely exceptional, and as we all know, when we're dealing with organics, the smoothness in shapes and sizes like this is really, really indicative of your price points. I just need to point out this strand. That strand has got so many pearls on it. I genuinely don't think I've ever seen a strand of pearls with so many pearls on them. I really, really don't. And 4 by 3 mil on those. Great drill hole as usual, so we're still able to work with them. But they are perfect, just a little accent, a little delicate look. Because let's think about it. With the pearls that we do, generally, I put these up to my neckline just because I want to show you, even though they are small, I'm going to have these touching at the back. That for me is the perfect length for a necklace. Perfect length for a necklace for me. Even though these are delicate and these are small, they're really eye-catching, aren't they? Possibly because we've got that gorgeous silver colouring running through them. But also, it's lovely sometimes to have pearl as an accent, because we're getting used to seeing your 8 mil, your 7 mil, maybe even your 9 mil pearls, but they can kind of command attention, can't they? Now and again, it's lovely just to have a delicate whisper of this wonderful organic. Now, genuinely, I think you're going to be astonished at my price point for these. It's the #1 organic here at Jewellery Maker this year. Your price point today for 4 strands is not. I already know that this is going to be astonishing, but apparently we're going lower than I thought. £3.23 per strand. What? Now, let's just take a moment here. Loads of you coming through. If you want it, boy oh boy, you've got to be quick. Let's just take a moment here. Just think about this for me. If I was to go down to the high street, if you were to go to your local high street, it doesn't matter where you live, wherever you live, think about going to your local high street. Think about going into even your lowest price stores, even, you know, your chain stores, which obviously often do astonishing price points. Imagine going into those stores and trying to get your hands on a genuine, totally real, cultured pearl necklace. Would you be able to get one for £3.23? I will honestly say to you, if you think you could, please let me know where you live, because I need to get myself down there. I have bought strands of plastic pearls, so not even your shell pearl, plastic pearls. I've bought double strands for £15 before in the past. That is astonishing price point. These are the real deal. These are cultured pearls. Now when we say cultured pearls, what are we talking about? We describe them as kind of your eco-friendly pearls, essentially, because what happens is, back in the day we used to dive a lot for pearls, didn't we? We used to go into seas and disturb kind of marine life and your coral, etc. Nowadays we're much more careful and we actually culture these, so that essentially means that we don't have to dive into the seas, we don't have to kind of disturb marine life for these. We keep an eye on them in a very safe manner. Lovely ladies and gents, once everybody checks out, well, basically not all of you have got it, stay on the phone, because if you're on the phone right now, you might have the opportunity to get your hands on it. It's an absolutely stunning deal for you. And if you're looking at adding something a little bit classical for these, how about these two strands here? Because I think they go really nicely. Fab, that, isn't it? Congratulations all if you got your hands on those pearls. I told you that I was going to have some amazing deals. I've got some more coming up later. So I have got two strands here for you which are just bedazzling. These are bedazzling, beguiling, and oh, so stunning glamour. Look at those. Oh, Fleur, I've not played a game with you today.
You haven't played the game with me for...
Yonks, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, let's play 3 words for this duo. What 3 words come to mind when we look at this? Hang on, I've got to do the intro, haven't I?
Yeah.
These two gemstones, in 3 words. Fleur, a go.
Luxurious. Lustrous. Midnight.
Oh, I like that. I liked midnight with a kind of pout. Why are we saying luxury about these?
Oh, they just scream luxury, don't they? They just absolutely, just one on a chain.
Really?
Yeah. Do you know the rectangle ones? I just have one of those on a chain.
I love that idea.
And any colour, like metal, I think that is, or in a ring.
Nice.
In earrings, something where those facets will really catch the light, because they would just dance around. But yeah, I mean, even if you just had them all together as a stretchy bracelet.
Really like that idea.
Sometimes we overcomplicate things because we think that we have to do all singing or dancing jewellery, but sometimes the simplest pieces are the ones that really catch your eye.
I agree with that.
And I think those are, they're just so classic. They're so, and with those pearls that you've just done, if you had just one with those pearls, it's stunning.
That's amazing, isn't it? And I think it's quite funny actually that you said luxury about these, because I would say that the workmanship makes me think luxury, but also I don't know if this is just me, please back me up on this, but for some reason I think a black agate and its luster makes you think luxury, doesn't it?
Yeah, it makes me think of those expensive magazines with the jewellery that I can never afford.
Yeah.
But I like to look at.
Yeah, you like to look at the pictures and then you see the price and you have to turn over quickly. One of them.
It's one of those, and I just think that that's got the same luxury that you can make yourself. And like I said, with any colour, you know, any of the 3 findings that we do, or even the antique bronze as well, or if you were going to wire wrap them, any colour, because black does go with everything, doesn't it? But yeah, I'd love to see them with pearls.
Absolutely stunning. It really, really is, isn't it? That beautiful, luxurious luster to these, and let's face it, it is. This is one of those gemstones that Sarah Bennett, who is obviously, she works here, she's one of our managers here. Sarah Bennett has her own collections in lots of her pieces that she does on our sister channel. And some of the main focal pieces that she creates for her collection are using this gemstone, because she says that when it comes to luster, she doesn't feel that there's any gemstone that gives such an impact with its luster than this gemstone here, your black agate. And it's that luxury appeal that we're really working with here. And let's face it, we've got luxury in all forms. You've got luxury in the size, because we've got some big bold pieces here in the ovals. They're around 25 by 12 mil. But then you've also got the luxury of the workmanship. Every single one of those beautiful diamond-like facets is just cascading evenly throughout every single gemstone. There has been a lot of care and consideration put into every single one of these gemstones. And then the luxury of that deepness, that richness, that pure opaqueness to both of these stunning strands is just a wonderful, wonderful mixture. These are going to be great together. These are standalone pieces, but these are also seriously versatile. If you want to add some serious glamour to your evening, well, you can. For not this price. That is the price that we should be, that's a bargain actually, that's lower than we should be expecting for these. I'm about to give you evening glamour for a bargain basement price point. That is just £11.95 for both of these strands. We said luxury, and you're getting luxury at a truly, truly low price point. If you want sparkle, if you want seduction, if you want high eye-catching, high shine to your pieces, then you most certainly have got it with these, haven't you? You've got that beautiful size, you've got that richness, you've got the tone. We have got workable shapes here as well, because let's face it, very rarely do we get a faceted rectangle like this. Very rare. When's the last time you can think of having a strand like this one? I can't think of a time we've had that shape in often at all, but we've got it in today and it's faceted for you. These are workable in design. They are going to be beautiful sitting intricately. They are absolutely exceptional, aren't they? And that luster is what's really catching your eye. When we're working with a gemstone such as black agate, which gives you one of the most stand-alone wonderful lusters in the gemstone world, we need the workmanship to be at its summit point of excellence, and that's what we've got here. Because let's face it, if one of those facets was even slightly off kilter, boy oh boy would you know it, your eye would be drawn instantly to it. But it's not. The workmanship that's been put into these, purely due to the nature and due to the quality of the gemstones itself, it is just a fabulous price point. Congratulations to everybody getting their hands on that. Two of those for £11.95. They are